Hi, it says we're live. We're live, Brandy, we're live.
We're live.
We're alive and we're live and alive. Oh boy. It's been an interesting day. Been an interesting week. I don't think I've even talked to you this week.
I know.
I know, right? Yeah. So my husband got himself a job.
Well, that's good for you. Means you can film more.
I'm telling you, it's been very interesting. Yeah, he's just really kind of helping the guy that owns the cows. He's helping him like paint a house. I'm like, okay, whatever. Have
And
fun.
mine is no longer with job.
Oh, he doesn't have a job now?
Nope, not because of the issue with the health. So he's not able to do it anymore. So he turned in his stuff yesterday.
Oh boy. Okay.
And he's on his way back from Birmingham again. So, it's called life. It's just sucks.
So they haven't fixed it?
No. And it's a whole bunch of other stuff that's fixing to have to happen along with it. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting in the house. And of course, we're here this week with no Danny.
Right.
As he said, it's I guess our what do you call it? Our trial run of what it's gonna be like to be kidless.
Be empty nesters. Empty nest time, man. Empty nest. There you go.
I ain't ready for it.
It doesn't matter if you're ready for it. It's going to happen anyhow.
I know whether I want it or not. It's happening.
Yep. You'll find that it's all right. I mean, it's all right. I know. I still miss my kids. I still miss them being here and hearing their voices and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, but yours live close by. Mine are all going like.
Well, they're not. Your kids aren't that far away.
Now, Chris is moving closer for his new job. Jasmine's moving farther.
Oh.
And Danny's not going to move too far for now. That's going to change. They all want to go someplace where there's snow and mountains.
Oh. Okay. Well, that sounds like fun. I'm going to close this door real quick because Dale's getting home right now. So.
Oh. Dale's coming in the way.
Yeah. Now I have a dog in here with me. I didn't really want the dog in here, but she's in here.
Oh, hey guys.
Miss Toffee's here. What do you want, Toffee May?
Miss Toffee May.
Okay, so who's here? Karen and Brenda and Catherine. Mary Lou and Jennifer and Sherry. Jeanette's here. Brenda's here. Risa's here. Yep, they will come visit. Yeah.
Thank you guys. They'll come back and visit. I hope.
Not like they're not going across the country or anything. They're not going,
I don't know. If one of them had their option, they would be. And I'm like, you're just going to make me try to fly to East Abuga, wherever the heck you want to go to? Okay. East Abuga.
All right. Yeah. I was talking to my brother today because we're going down, where he lives, and we're going to visit him while we're there. And he keeps asking us, why are you staying in Blytheville? I'm like, because it's about halfway. Why didn't you just keep going another hour or so to Memphis? And I'm like, because Blytheville is halfway.
Like, I'm trying to tell you.
And he goes, I don't think it is. He drives truck, so he knows all this, right? He said, it's a long haul from Blytheville down to Round Rock. And I was like, okay, well, our mapping system said it's like 9.5 hours and 10.5 hours, We're kind of split the middle here. He goes, I don't think that's right. He says, my mapping that I use, my trucking mapping says it's 14 hours. I'm like, whatever. I said, we can't change it now. We have a reservation at a hotel already. So we'll get there when we get there.
I think his trucking one says 14 hours because, number one, it takes into account that with trucking, you're required to stop every so many miles for a certain amount of time. Also, the vehicle cannot travel at the same speed and all that.
That's what I thought, and that's wrong. That's
Oh.
wrong. Down in Texas, trucks, cars, everything have the same speed limit. He flies just like the cars do. And I'm like, okay, all right, never mind.
Well, okay then.
We'll get there when we get there. Okay, we'll get there when we get there.
That's right.
And they're not stopping. Okay. Yeah, we're not stopping to sightsee in Memphis. Anyhow, we're just trying to get there. Anyhow, yeah. Okay. Well, that was a little catch up because we haven't talked on the phone. Would you like some mustard with your ketchup?
Well, I'm telling you, I still got to catch you up on some other stuff. That was, I had an interesting conversation right before.
Alexa's talking to me right now. Did I say her name?
You did now, but you didn't before.
I didn't think so, but she's out there talking.
Unless she thinks her name is Ketchup. You know, I don't know.
Maybe ketchup and mustard. I don't know. She's talking away. I have no idea what she's saying.
She's like, I will not be ignored.
I know. I couldn't hear a word she was saying. I just hear about their babbling away, and I was like, okay. All right. Well, stranger than fiction or stranger than fan fiction. I'll just say it. I'll just say it. I knew there was something wrong with him.
You did. You knew something was wrong with him.
Yep.
There was a reason why he was not going to be, and why he was doing all this was, he was sick.
Why he wasn't going to be on the show the next season. Why he was out doing all the crazy shit he was doing. He didn't care. All of that just started to go tick, tick, tick. He's living his life. Tick, tick, tick. And then when he took those pills, even though he was eating gummies and drinking and smoking pot and all that stuff, those pills, that was different. The pills I knew were like a medication. I knew something. So.
Well, I mean, and I think also the pot gummies and the pot was probably for the pain.
Well, probably, but yeah, I mean, sure. Of course, they didn't know that.
You got brain cancer. I mean, my God, that has to be painful.
Well, yeah. I think I've told you guys this before. My best friend's dad and my other good friend from school, her husband, both died from brain cancer within months of each other. Same exact thing. Same exact thing. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not pretty. Yeah. So it was interesting, though, how quickly it happened. How quickly he went downhill and was gone. Like, he was out having a good time with them, partying. He did have headaches. Remember that? When he was screaming about his head aching and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Especially at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. He was not a happy camper, but he needed his pills. He was asking about those pills, remember? And he had that headache. And yeah. But it did happen really quick.
And I know that there are some form of cancers that sometimes when it hits a certain spot, it goes down. It goes down fast, like faster than you honestly think that it would.
That's apparently what happened to him because, man, by the time they went to visit him, he didn't recognize him.
Didn't even recognize him.
He didn't recognize him. No, didn't even know who was over there in the bed. There was just some person there. He didn't know who it was. Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I have to say, it warmed my heart that the letters that Topher had been writing him, he knew that's why he agreed to it. He knew Topher. He already, as far as like he's been saved every letter that has ever been written by him. Yeah. And that just that was awesome to me.
Yeah. Yep. So that was all kind of a plan. He didn't just randomly pick them out because he commented. He'd been following this kid and knew how he felt about him and all that stuff. So that was kind of cool. Yeah.
And the
That was
fact that
kind of,
he's like, you're the only one who seemed to know, that I'm not my character.
yeah.
And you weren't talking to me as if I am the character, and I can only imagine, he's 12 years old when he first reads his first letter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like crazy to me. He was 12 years old.
Yeah.
And so he's essentially basically kind of gotten to know this kid growing up.
Yeah.
Because the kid wrote about all kinds of stuff to him because he thought,
Yeah.
never going to read it,
Right.
And he's
It's
read,
kind of like a Dear Diary thing. I'm just going to write this to my diary, but I'm sending it to you. Yeah.
Yep.
I read another book recently that was like that, where the girl was writing all these letters to some star or something. And it was just her way of getting it out. And did we read it together? Or?
Yeah, didn't we read it? Because she was writing to Ellen.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. It's kind of like just a way of expressing your feelings or getting that on paper, but they, did she send them to Ellen? She didn't send them to Ellen.
I don't know if she actually sent them to Ellen.
I don't think she did send them.
Because that was the it begins with us, it ends with us.
Yeah, there you go.
I really did. Me too, Jennifer. I really liked this book. I really did.
There was a lot of funny parts where you were just laughing, like, oh my God.
Oh my
right?
God.
And the stuff that they came up with and the stuff that he came up with for them to do and the troubles he got them into was just hilarious. Yeah, that was in her journal. She wrote those. You're right, in her journal. But she was writing to Ellen for sure. Like, like she was talking to her.
And you're right, Sherry. Sherry, I love that line that he said, "You've been my hero as much as I've been yours."
Mm.
That like touched me in the feels. It got me all in the feels.
So, at first I was thinking, what did we get into here? This is going to be a little hokey. This is going to be a little weird. This strange show. All this stuff was just a little too juvenile for me, But it got pretty adulty pretty quick, like these kids had lots of things to deal with, and being with him actually helped them deal with that stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, I liked it because like it kind of started out the way that they were. They were, from an outside perspective, you look at it, they were young, they were juvenile, they were this, but that's because what's what we see on the outside. We don't know what everybody's going through, but then slowly we get to see what everybody's having to deal with. Although, granted, boy, he outed them all.
Yes, he did. He called them all out on all of their issues and made it all public, which they all, they didn't know what to do at first. They were like, oh, well, and they didn't talk to each other. They were like,
oh my God. But like, I'm sorry, Mo was flipping hilarious. Emergency. We can't keep being mad at each other.
Not knowing that the other three were already talking to each other.
Love that.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody needed, honestly, they needed that. They needed to, because otherwise it would have never been the right time.
Right.
And they might have went their separate ways, still never telling each other, and then they would have lost contact.
Yeah, he kind of forced their hand and everything, but they had to deal with stuff at that point, and they did. So they all dealt with their issues. Every single one of them in the end dealt with their issues and worked it out. I mean, the one kid moved out of his parents' house, moves in with Topher.
Yeah.
He dealt with it. His parents aren't happy, but he's happier now. He's doing what he wants to do. So
Mo blackmailed her dad and was like, listen.
Yeah.
You don't do this. You're going into a home. And a crappy one at that.
Yeah, I'm surprised that worked actually, but
He was just like, I won't be in a home. Okay, fine.
yeah.
And Topher realized that he was okay with Sam being a he, because he was still into Sam and Sam's still into him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's an issue that a lot of people don't realize, is that just because someone is transgender, that has nothing to do with their sexual orientation. That's their gender identity. And so, I did, as a mom of one, I appreciated that part. I mean, honestly, for just a little bit, I was like, man, this is like they're talking about my child here.
Yeah.
Because it was literally, because Josh loves my baby regardless. And oh my God, I kind of wish that they would have said the amount that he left. But could you have imagined that surprise?
Right. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, Sherry, he was. Hey, Marion. Hey, Joe.
Yep. They all got money. And then Mo has the rights to all of his life history if she wants to write it. That was kind of cool. Somebody got a house. You can go live in the house because that's where you're going to go to school. It was kind of, it was interesting how much he bonded with them to give those gifts to them in the end,
He even had, like, what was it, a personal care person for Topher's brother, so that Topher doesn't have to give up all of his dreams to take care of his brother. And I mean, and you know what? I'm sure it also meant the world to him that instead of just visiting him and then leaving, they're like, no, we're staying here until it's over.
Mm-hmm.
We're staying here until you're gone.
Yep. So
and I mean that
he kind of came across at first like he was just an asshole, He didn't care. He was just this whatever kind of guy, but he really wasn't. He really had a heart and he was really caring, and I mean, it was a lot for him to deal with. And he was dealing with it on his own. He didn't tell anybody. I don't think he told the soul what was happening.
No. And nobody was allowed to. I mean, I think his publisher or his agent or whatever, who is his friend, is the only one who knew, and he wanted it kept that way until after he passed away.
Yeah,
because he did not want. He didn't want any of the other stuff or any other stuff that people would have, done. He wanted, as he said, he wanted quiet.
Yep.
He wanted to end it in quiet. Can't say I blame him, because if he would have told people prior, he would not have had a moment's peace until he died. Because paparazzi would be every flipping where. They'd be in the hospital. They'd be, oh God, everything would be crazy.
Yep. So he did it on his terms, the way he wanted to, and yeah. Oh yeah.
That part was sad. Him, but I think he left behind a good legacy, because he wasn't his character, but in my opinion, he turned out to be an actual true hero. He pulled these kids where they needed to be, and he really taught them some really good life lessons that they'll never forget.
Yep. They definitely had quite the experience on their trip and learned a lot of things about themselves, about each other, about life, about just,
Yep.
A lot of things in general.
Don't waste the rest of your life pleasing other people. That's right.
Hey, Summer. How many of us fall into that, though, right? Right?
All the time. All the time.
Yeah. That's what we think we're here for, take care of, make everybody happy, whatever, you know.
Yeah, even to the detriment of ourselves. But
Sometimes.
you know.
Absolutely. Yep. So anyhow.
Oh, I know. Oh my God, that guy, that paparazzi dude. I'm like, the nerve, the nerve.
Yeah.
He told that guy off. He was just like, no. But I mean, it did actually also answer questions for some people, you know, about what was happening, why he was. But you know what? If you had been told that, you know, you have something it's gonna kill you, you know, you're going to die, aren't you going to live doing what live it up? Might as well. I mean, you're already going to be going.
Yeah. Do what
Might
you
as well do
can.
what you want.
Do what you can. Enjoy what you can while you can, and then when you can't, you can't. You know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, that was like I kept asking my mom stuff like that too. You know, like, do you want to go someplace? Do you want to do anything? You want to do something? You know, because we all knew what was happening, and she was always just like, nope, no place I want to go, nothing I want to do. I've done it all. I'm like, okay, you know.
Well, it means that she didn't have any regrets, you know.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know about that, but you know, yeah. Anyhow,
But I mean, I feel like Cash probably did more living in that small little trip than he
yeah,
had gotten a chance to do most of his life.
yeah, because he wasn't tied to his show and to this and to the expectations and everything he was supposed to do and all this stuff, and he just was able to just go be free for a while. You
He
know?
got to be him. He got to just
Yeah,
do what he wanted to, how he wanted to, and
yeah,
still leave a lasting mark that, you know, the rest of the world you will probably never know exactly what he did, but that group of friends will always know.
we should all
I'm
have
sure
that
they'll pass it
attitude.
down to their kids and they'll talk about it to their kids. So
Yeah.
Cash's memory of the real Cash is going to live on through
But
these
wouldn't it be
kids.
nice if we all had that attitude? I'm going to live my life. I'm going to make me happy. I'm going to do what I want to do. If it doesn't make sense to anybody else, oh well. If it sounds crazy to somebody else, oh well. It's, enjoy your life and do what you want to do with it. And without all of those constraints on you all the time,
I don't know. Sometimes I think as we get older, I haven't quite gotten to that mindset yet. But Lord, my mom and my husband's grandmother. I mean, they have they're starting to reach the I don't give a f stage,
right? Right?
and I'm
I
like,
can do
I'm
and
like,
say what I want to do because I don't care.
they do.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, you can't say so. I'll say whatever. They'll tell me. I'll say whatever I want to.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
yes,
But
ma'am.
we don't live our lives that way. We live with all of these pressures and constraints and society and things that tell us to do this and be this way. And, you know, yeah, until you do get to a certain point in your life when you're just like, whatever, Yeah. Yep. The
I
people
mean, because
pleasers of the world. That's tough, right?
you go into some nursing homes, and you see they're living whatever they want.
Right. Yep. You got it.
And they are going to tell you like it is. And it does not matter if it makes you happy, sad, mad.
I know.
If
So
it's how they're feeling, you're going to know it.
this reminds me of we went and saw 80 on Brady, and all them women, they're 80, 70, 80, 90 even, and they're all like that. They're all just like, well, except for Sally Field. She's still a little more reserved and a little more worried about everybody. But the others are just kind of like, nah, they don't care. They just don't care.
I mean,
You
I
hit
want to
that
be able
stage
to get to that
16
age.
months ago in your post-divorce therapy. Well, I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. Just, Gotta
Yeah,
live it
just
up
never did.
sometime. So here's the deal. Okay, let's talk about the next book.
Whew.
Just hold on to your bootstraps, Brandy. It'll be all right. We'll help you through. We'll hold your hand. It'll be okay. So, I'm here next week. Okay, so we can get started. No spice. There's spice, Summer. There's spice. Yes.
Summer, they making me take spice.
There's spice. Yes. I have never read one of her books, but I know there's spice. Okay. All right. So we can get started on it. We can discuss it next week. But then I'm going to be gone for a week. Okay. So we'll have like 2 weeks in there. So, and I honestly don't know. Yes, Catherine, finally some spice. She says.
I'm gonna be so red. Oh Lord.
So I don't honestly know how much I'll read on vacation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't tend to read much when you're on vacation.
On vacation, exactly. So we can, after next week, after we get started, we can kind of come up with a nice little number of pages to read for the next 2 weeks. How's that sound? Nothing overwhelming, nothing too large, something that's manageable. Okay, so there's only 352 pages in the book.
Summer's like, how am I supposed to be good and not read ahead for 2 weeks?
Summer, just close the book up, pick up something else. Just close it and pick up something else. Okay.
That's
So,
a good old blue something.
Blue what?
Well, we don't have balls, so we can't say you'll have that. But,
Oh my God, Brandy. No, we're not having any of that. Oh Lord. Okay, so
y'all
for
gonna corrupt me.
I think it's going to go really fast too. I do. The print in here is pretty large. Let's see. That chapter takes us to page 85. What's before that? Okay, so our page length is either going to be 67 pages or 83 pages. What do you want to do? 67 pages or 83 pages, folks, and then we can talk.
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Put
67 or 80 something.
Oh, what are we reading? We're reading The Love Hypothesis. Look, you can tell there's going to be spice. See, there's spice right there.
Wait, hold on. What's right there? I missed it. Oh, they kissies. They kissies.
Yeah, they are in the lab. See, with the Bunsen burners and everything and all that in the background there.
All right, we got two 83s, 163.
We got an 83, 83, 83,
another 83.
83, 83, 83. Okay.
So it looks like we got 4 83s and 163. So let's there's another 63.
More votes.
Anybody else? How many are in chat?
Oh, yes, it is a STEM spice. Yes, it is. It's women in STEM. Mm-hmm. Yep.
STEM spice. It's equality spice. It's all equality spice. It's not sexist spice.
Equality spice.
You know, it's not sexist. It's not all about the man. Well, I don't know. It might be. I don't know. I haven't read it yet.
It might be all about that man, for all you know.
It might be.
Right?
But you know, the science teacher in me is going to be looking for
the science topic.
The science part of it.
Well, they might make the spice very scientific for all we know.
Oh, well, yeah. So I don't even know what to expect, what to think, Brenda's just here for live entertainment.
Well, this will give you a little tip off. I've noticed something as I've been thumbing through the pages. Each chapter starts with a hypothesis. We have a hypothesis. Okay. So like chapter 1 starts like this. When given a choice between A, a slightly inconveniencing situation, or B, a colossal shit show with devastating consequences, I will inevitably end up selecting B. That's her hypothesis. So it's kind of interesting. Each chapter starts with a little hypothesis, right?
And she got to test it and see if she's right.
Yeah, there you go. So there's your first little science kind of thing there, you know?
Okie dokie.
Little sciencey.
So are we doing 83?
Well, most people look like they're saying 83. I really think it's going to go pretty fast. Maybe you should invest. You should invest. You should join along on this one with us. It's going to be a good one, Brenda. It's going to be good. If nothing more than to just embarrass the hell out of Brandy, it's going to be good. You know, I'm not going to get embarrassed. So,
No, I'm beginning to think I don't know that there's much that would embarrass Miss Mindy.
Not much, no. And Brenda says, okay, let's go for it then. Get the book, Brenda. All right. So before next week, it's page 83.
Okay, now hold on for those of us that don't always have the pagey numbers.
Right. It's through chapter 4.
Okay, so hold on. I got to do my thing. So read chapter 4. Don't read chapter 5.
Correct.
Brandy, in the future, please go back to this spot. Look, 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 look. Read chapter 4. Do not read chapter 5. Don't be a dingy. Okay.
Go all the way through 4 and stop when you see chapter 5 or hear chapter 5. Stop. Don't read anymore.
There we go.
Put it down, ladies. Put it down when you read chapter 4, right?
Oh, God,
Brandy reading to us, that would be hysterical. I don't think she could do it. I don't think,
especially not if I have to go live on my phone. You know, I get the stuff through my phone. I'd have to get it sent to me through Amazon.
I have a hypothesis. Actually, it's probably more of a prediction. What's the difference between a hypothesis and a prediction? I don't know.
What's the difference? Well,
yeah,
technically, a hypothesis is a prediction, but it's one you got to test.
Right. But then a prediction, you test that too and see if you prove it correct, right? So they're really kind of the same thing, aren't they? I just think a hypothesis is a scientific prediction, and a prediction is a literary term. I don't know.
There you go.
Anyhow, my prediction is there's not going to be much spice in the first 4 chapters. That's just my guess.
They got to set us up first.
Yes. Yep.
Because they can't. At least I would hope that they're not coming out the gate. You know, we're not doing slut game.
I don't think that's going to happen. The author is Ellie Hazelwood. And she has like 3 of these.
Love hypothesis.
Yep. The love hypothesis. This is the first one, I think. Then the next one is Love on the Brain. And there's a new one. Yep. So, hypothesis, you get a result.
Catherine's already ready. She hot it. She hot now.
She hot it on Audible.
You go. You might get a little too. If there's too much spice while you're diamond painting, just be careful. Don't let it get on the rims.
How funny, right? So we'll do that, and we'll talk about it next Tuesday, and then we'll set up a smallish kind of assignment for while I'm gone on vacation. And
it's a couple weeks.
I know.
It's coming out.
Ellie Hazelwood. Yep, that's it. Ellie Hazelwood.
I hear Mr. Dale.
Mr. Dale, he's home from work.
Dale, you just could not stand it being just at home, huh?
Well, it's either that or kill the old lady.
Whoa!
No.
So,
well,
one of us has to do something.
there you go. Because, I'm not leaving the house. I got things to do in the house. So it's going to have to be him that finds
I gotta go.
out of the house activities to do.
I found it, didn't I?
Yes, you did. They're all saying hi, Dale. Hi, Dale.
Yeah, because even if he would have found something outside the house, but at the house, because I know there were times I've seen you film, and it's like, what is he doing out there?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You
uh-oh.
know, oh, Tammy says, hey, Dale, it could be the other way around. I could have been like, Dale.
Wow.
Yeah, but as soon as spring or summer or better weather gets here, I know he's going to be outside doing stuff. He'll be outside, but
Maybe.
right now it's cold, it's rainy, it's icy.
Brad's taking care of the old people.
Go over to Brad's and help take care of the old people.
Yeah.
Perfect. Maybe he'll hire you on as a caretaker over there, and you can.
Maybe caretaker. Caretaker.
No ID channel permit. Mindy wouldn't watch it anyway. If she's not going to read about, murder mysteries, she's not going to watch about it either, I bet.
What's that?
The ID channel?
What's that?
Oh, it's the True Crime Channel.
ID?
Yes.
What's that stand
You
for?
get your- I don't remember. Investigative something.
Investigative.
I don't remember what ID stands for, but I just know it has true crime. So you've got like your forensic files on there. You've got like the murder shows.
Magnum PI, the new one.
Much Magnum PI.
Magnum PI. It's got a lot of excitement in it.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be watching the crime investigative shows and stuff. Not my thing.
See, that's me. But then again,
60 minutes.
No, none of that. The closest I get.
Mystery murders, whatever.
There you go. Investigative documentary. Thank you,
documentary.
There you go.
The closest I get to any of that kind of stuff would be a Chicago PD. But, they're solving like, sometimes it's murders, sometimes it's drugs, sometimes it's, other
I mean, I like the fictional ones, but, I have to tell my kids about, the real life situations. So, I'm watching the ones that talk about not only the forensics, but about the cases and how people have, there's some really twisted people out there.
Oh, yeah, there are. But I don't watch that stuff. I don't know. I couldn't tell you some of the most common things that are going on. Like, I know that Mr. Murdaugh is being charged of murdering his wife and his son, and that's all I can tell you. I don't know anything else. So that's all I can tell you about that. I don't follow that stuff.
Yeah, Jennifer, my husband is like, well, I guess I better behave because you teach forensic science. You might know a few things. And I'm like,
that's not even close.
Yeah.
That's why you said that, Jennifer, because your mom has learned all kinds of things from watching these things.
Oh, yeah.
She has ways.
Yeah.
She's got ways. I get it. Okay.
See, you don't have fishies, so you can't make Dale go sleep with the fishies, but
don't have fishies?
See, that's a mob saying, you'll go sleep with the fishes tonight. But Mindy don't have to stuff. You'll sleep with the
ducks.
ducks.
Put some cement slippers on you.
I've never ever really paid attention to that kind of stuff. I don't.
It's God, it's so good. It really is. God.
No.
I love it.
Not my thing.
Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote. No.
Oh, I love Murder, She Wrote.
No,
no. I knew she would.
Yeah, I know.
That's such a good one. I love her.
I ain't never going to that little town, man. There's too many murders going on there.
I know, this little bitty town, it's supposed to be a quiet town, but not when there's a murder every week.
Oh, I know, no kidding. Kind of like the Chicago shows. There's either a fire, something medical going on, or you're being busted by the police.
Yeah.
Well, at least they don't beat them up as much as they used to, though.
You think in a town like that, it's supposed to be like Mayberry, but, no.
No.
She's got a whole lot of murders she gets to write about.
Oh, boy.
But see, I love shows like that. Castle, yeah.
Dinner.
Yeah,
you watch her every night, Anita, really? We're gonna eat our dinner, which was our lunch. So we went to like.
But wait a second, but Dale's lunch is supposed to be
my favorite little drive-in place. Dale's lunch is what?
It's Tuesday. Dale's
you say?
lunch was supposed to be Tuesday.
Yeah, he didn't get tacos though.
Well,
He didn't get tacos. None of his guys could go to tacos with him today. So instead of the guys going to get tacos with him, I went with him, and we didn't get tacos. We went across the street and we got
a hammy Sammy.
A hammy Sammy, yes. It's a little place. It's a drive-in. You know, you can pull up. You know, and you used to order with the button and the speaker and all that. You know. But we used to go there when I was younger and I worked for my parents because their store is like, I don't know, a mile from there maybe.
Yeah.
And so we would come up there every once in a while and I'd get lunch for me and my dad. And I always got a hammy Sammy. He got a Smoky Joe. And so we went up there today and we got hammy Sammys. We should have gotten one hammy Sammy and split it because the things are literally like, you know, you get one of them styrofoam containers to take your leftovers home in. That sandwich fills that whole thing. We each ate a half for lunch. So
is it just a ham sandwich?
Yes, but it's on like this loaf of bread, which is really good. And they like, I don't know what they do. They toast it or something. The cheese is all melty and it stringy, gooey all over. I don't know. It's just really good. It's really good. So
I know. I want tacos now too.
One more fish tank, and your husband's going to be fish food.
She got 9 fish tanks. That's a lot of tanks, girl.
Wow.
You better be careful in that storm.
Oh, was it 2 weeks in a row without? Is that what you're talking about, Tammy? Without the Taco Tuesday?
I know that is because last week Dale didn't get Taco Tuesday either.
No, nobody was there.
2 weeks in a row.
I know.
No boys, no tacos.
I got my other good stuff.
Yeah, we got some other good stuff though. Yeah. So I think we're gonna go. We're gonna go have it again. It was so good the first time. Let's do it again.
Then we gotta go to TSC.
And then we have to go to TSC. I hear. Don't they close at like 8, 9, something like that?
I hope not.
I know it's after 7 now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh. Before you go to work.
Well, no, he just got back from work. He's not going to work right now.
No, he said in the morning. I have to go do it in the morning. I said, yeah, before you go to work. A blizzard warning's an hour and a half away. Okay, right, summer. Okay, so a friend of mine posted on Facebook about our weather on Friday.
We're going to get a storm.
We're going to get a storm on Friday. Possible 5 to 8 inches of snow during the day and another 1 to 2 overnight.
Yeah, we'll see.
Really?
I'll believe it when I see it.
Really?
But what's crazy is summer's in California. Snow in California. A blizzard in California.
Yeah, Sacramento, they're getting snow.
Lucky them.
Don't they need
Lucky
it?
them, yeah.
Don't they need the moisture?
I mean, it's 80 degrees here, for goodness sakes.
No.
Where's
I
here?
stuck to my seat.
She's in Florida. Yeah, she's in Florida.
Well,
it got up to 40 something today. And we thought it was a beautiful 40, day. It was nice.
Yeah, it's a real nice day today.
Summer is defending that. You live in Michigan. I live in Sacramento.
That's right. Summer, it's not supposed to be like that there.
But it is. See, Mother Nature has flipped on her axis and she's lost her mind. Right?
She needs some Adderall.
She needs some Adderall.
But she just went, I'll go over to California. Florida just won't, they won't know what to do with themselves. They'll freak out.
Anita, you got 70 degrees? That's my perfect temperature.
Where's she at?
Where's that, Anita? I forget.
Anita, are you in Florida too?
I don't think she's in Florida.
It's 34 in New York. Woo.
See? Oh, Brenda's got the book. Whoop, whoop, Brenda. Yeah, woo.
Right now they're getting rain and snow in California.
Mm-hmm.
They need it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you say you're in a drought, but
yeah, they're taking care of that drought out there.
We're gonna get that.
Oh, she's in Missouri.
Oh. Yeah, I'm telling the people in Texas, keep it down, folks. Keep it down because we're coming, and I don't want it to be 85 degrees when I get there. Keep it down, Jennifer. Keep it down.
We'll
The
be in air
80s.
conditioning anyway.
Yeah, I'd like to do some stuff outside and not have to sweat my boobs off, you know.
Well, yeah.
I was gonna say sweat my balls off, but I don't have any of those.
You don't have those.
I
You'll
know,
just
right?
sweat the dolls off.
Uh, oh goodness. Well,
Goodness.
like I said, Mother Nature's lost her mind. In
7 inches of snow.
or is that Connecticut?
7 inches of snow today and another 7 inches Friday. No.
Yay!
Wait,
Right?
What do we got?
I'll tell you
Although
what.
I liked your ice video, Mindy. That was the coolest thing, seeing that ice on the fence looking stuff. I was like, hey, look at that. Like, it just made me want to crunch it.
And you know what? You did it again the other day. It did it again the other day. We had freezing rain the other day as well. I got that on a little video, which is probably going to go like in a crafty vlog. But that one didn't stay around very long. It started to ice up on all the branches and stuff again. And then it got a little warmer and it turned to just regular rain. And then the rain just kind of melted it all off. So, yeah.
Although I don't know, you picked a perfect time to start that video at one point to see Chuck. And then I was like,
What?
Chuck.
No, we don't want to watch that. Nobody wants to see that.
I was like, oh, well, okay then.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Right, Sherry? I hate it when my boobs get all sweaty and stuff. It's horrible. I hate that. So keep that temperature down, Jennifer. Keep it down. 80 max. Max. No more than 80 when we're there. Okay. You love Chuck. Well, you want him, Brenda?
Some days.
Tammy
Right,
said,
Summer?
Dale, you did a good job on the chicken cake.
Yep. Tammy said you did a good job.
Risen?
Summer's
Yeah, I know.
afraid of Chuck. Chuck scares her. Me too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's a good boy.
Oh, Chuck was definitely a lover there. He was like, I got to break in this new chick. She needs to know
We
what
want
to
to
do.
talk about some spice. We're having some spice in the side yard.
I was like, oh, Lord, you just can't get away from it.
We got to keep things interesting around here.
That's right. I try not to catch the animal sex on camera. I try, but you know.
Some days it
And,
works. some days
okay,
it don't.
and you moved away before we got a chance to find out. Did the duck eventually stop staring at the chicken?
No.
I don't know.
No.
I stopped watching.
They just go, oh my God, again.
And then,
I mean, he just was like,
Lucky duck.
oh, Summer.
never seen anything like that before.
What?
He was just,
I know, just standing there.
Good. Get him, boy.
and the chicken had no clue.
Yeah.
No.
The chicken was like oblivious that duck was just like all staring it down.
She didn't care. She didn't care. Summer, my story about chicken sex, it's not like there's no romance to it.
Oh, no. That didn't look like romance. That looked like you stand right here because I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
And it's a little
That's right.
aggressive. And then there's always at the end, it's like he
Whoop.
steps
Step
off
on
at the
her
end,
head.
steps on her head, and it's like, thanks, bitch, I'm done. That's how it goes.
Hey,
Right?
put it out
And the
there.
hens don't have to agree. They don't have to agree. He doesn't
No,
care,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Now, let me tell you this.
That's the way it works in the.
The ducks are a little more romantic about things. So the ducks will be out in the pond, and you got the girl duck and the boy duck, and they start bobbing their heads. They bob their heads at each other.
Okay, I'm ready.
And then that's them saying that they're both ready and it's okay. The girl's like, oh, okay. And he's, oh, okay. And then boom, not chickens, not chickens.
No.
The ducks aren't bad, Summer, except the ducks like to push the girl under the water like you think they're going to drown them and don't
No.
let them up for
Ducks have never drowned.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it is a wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. It sure is.
Summer says California ducks are downright violent about it. They just, I guess, go to town. Now, I've seen violent, but that was with a horse. I just did not realize that stallions. I thought it was a lot different than what I saw in reality. I was like,
oh,
dang.
oh.
Pretty violent. I've seen that too.
Well, I'll tell you what. The funniest thing was we took kindergartners on a field trip out to MSU, and it was to all the barns because there's a barn for everything out there, all the animals. And one of the teachers, no, this was third grade. I'm lying. It was third grade. I had to remember which teacher it was. She was like, she didn't know what to say when she saw these, I think it was cows maybe, or I don't know, was it cows or horses going at it? And she was wanting to tell the kids, oh my gosh, kids, no, let's look over here. And then later when we got back to school, she said, oh my, she was just the sweetest, most innocent woman. And she was like, I didn't know those things were that big.
Hey, dipping time. And you know that there was some third grader that was like, what are they doing?
Yep, of course. Yep.
And it's like,
why are those cows like this? What?
And there's always going to be that one that knows more than they should ever know. Don't know.
Oh, yeah. No.
And then they just got that, and that's their time to shine. They're like, let me tell you.
But see, these were city kids. They're all city kids. So they had no clue. I had no idea.
See, my mom and dad do that before, but dang.
Oh my God.
Or just going, hey, do you and Daddy ever what did you learn? Where did your teacher take you? Oh no, let me talk to this teacher.
Oh God, it was fun.
What y'all teaching my child? They're like,
just nature, man, just some nature. That's all.
They just went out and saw nature. That's all there was to that.
And then you get the parents that get upset.
Yeah.
Right. What are you teaching these kids?
Yeah. We didn't have anybody complain. We had no complaints.
I'm surprised. See, that means that you weren't in the South, because that's a whole different that's a whole well, unless you're out in the see, if you were out in the country and you took kids out in the country, well, the kids would already at third grade, they would already know what was happening between them barn animals.
Sure. But not the city kids.
They'd be like, oh yeah. She gonna be pregnant soon. Like they'll know. They know.
Yeah. With them city kids, they got no clue. No,
because they've never seen them before.
No. Even poor Ms. Norton, she was like, Lord, I didn't know they were that big.
Well, yeah, because I was a city kid, and so when I went to go visit my grandmother, and she told me to go get something from the neighbor across the street, I had to walk a very long way, and he was like, give me a minute. Hey, have you ever seen a stallion? I'm like, no. And he's like, well, you're going to be in for a treat. And I'm like, oh, and it blew my mind, because I was just like,
what a treat it was, huh?
It was something that unfortunately I can't unsee. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, like when
I witnessed a few.
Because I grew up on the country, and you're as a probably 10-year-old, 12-year-old, whatever, asked to go out and help with the cows in the field, about ready to give birth. Skinniest little kid on the farm, get to take the rope and stick the rope in there and get the calf out. Here, Dale, you got little hands, little arms. You can get on in there.
Stick your arm in there, Dale. Wrap that rope around them feet.
What am I doing? What? Daddy told us to get us a rope. Come on, we're gonna.
You're like, I'm gonna stick my hand up where?
Yeah, you're going. You what?
Everybody should watch Dr. Pole for a while. Everybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep, I have watched Dr. Pole, because Jazzy wanted to be a vet at one point, and that she loved Dr. Pole.
You know he's in Michigan, don't you? Dr. Pole is.
No.
Yeah, he's in Michigan. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Very educational.
Yep.
I'm just glad nobody in human births, they don't, like try to get in there and yank them out like that. Scary.
Why not? I've seen it done.
Hello, Cheryl and Tippy Joy.
Hey, guys.
Yep. I think I've seen a lot of stuff.
I haven't seen as much, so yeah.
Well, when you're showing your horse, as As Rhonda said,
Oh,
horses relieving themselves. You do not
horse.
want your horse doing that when you're in the show ring with them. And you don't want
No.
your horse showing any sort of interest in the other horses around them and showing
do.
that off.
And they do.
And they do.
Oh,
And
Yes.
so you got a couple
typical guy
choices.
things.
You can
Look what I got.
you can kind of take your little crop and kind of like whack it a little, like,
No,
you know, get back in there.
no. Just say no. Down, boy.
Yep, get that
put
back.
your lipstick back up. That's what I tell Ty. Put your lipstick up. Come on.
Yep, that's right. Or, you know, you might reach over there with your hand and just kind of, you know,
Smack.
get take care of that thing, you know.
Oh, God.
Well, that's what you do.
Yes, it is true. Yeah. And
I'm glad it
honestly,
was so entertaining. tonight.
honestly, sometimes it's not hard to reach because it's down there low enough.
Bang.
That's right. Put it away, horsey. Put it away. Now's not the time. There's the judge is walking down the line. Get that thing up there.
Oh my God.
Here come the judge.
Here
Here comes the
comes the
judge.
And they're not judging that part of you, honey. So you don't have to show it up.
Oh my God. It's not that kind of show.
No, it's not.
Dang.
Oh, goodness.
Things you
I don't think I'd be able to handle that. I'd be like, oh no,
Not today.
Oh, well, Brandy, you also have to clean it off, too, just in case they do
No,
drop it.
no,
in the
you
show. You want it to be
Mm.
clean.
I think I'll stay away from horses. I think I'm all good. I'm all good.
Somebody's got to clean it. I mean, they can get infections and stuff. So,
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Fun times.
yeah, take them over to the wash rack. You don't just clean the outside, you got to clean the inside, too.
Well,
gotta
just
keep
take
it
a
nice.
hose and just shoot it in that
You gotta
direction.
keep trying to get it
Would
out,
you like
too.
somebody shooting a hose up your hoochie?
Well, I don't know. I don't have one of those things, and I just know. I don't know. Just that'd be getting the hose in me.
Marion's just going to stick to the mares. There you go.
Yeah,
Oh, Lord have
Safer.
mercy.
safer.
No, mares are bitchy, though.
They can be.
They can be, yes. Yeah. Well, we're clearly not discussing books anymore, are we, folks?
Dang. Glad we're in there.
All right. Sometimes it just goes, you know, geldings are
Sideways.
much less trouble. Well, sometimes.
Wait, what are geldings?
A gelding is a male horse that has been fixed. He's got no balls, but he
Oh,
still
okay.
has the other parts, and he might still drop it in the ring. He's, you know.
Oh yeah, you know they're able to do that. But,
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I thought once you took care of there was no more of that. I mean, like, there wouldn't be any want for that.
What? Think about it. Think about a human. Just
Well, yeah,
because
yeah.
you
Well, now human's different, but I know, like,
not really.
No, it's just it's.
Oh goodness. Oh, no.
Get your mind
We
out of
better-
the gutter, woman.
We better clean it up now. Brandy's husband's here.
Oh,
He's
you're in
He's
trouble now.
walking out the door. He's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
He's just look like-
Yeah, I don't blame you.
mm.
like, no.
These women are talking about.
Oh.
Sheesh.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Okay, well, I think we're gonna
Enough
go
of
now. I think that's enough educational experience for
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Yep. Ah,
All right.
ah.
Okay,
And I have-
everybody, you got your marching orders? Read through chapter 4.
Wow.
That's
What do you
right.
got? What do you got there? She's got a checkout bag.
I
full of
got,
stuff.
what is it? It's McDonald's. My hubby got me McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Mickey Donald's.
Mickey D's, Mickey D's.
I'm gonna go have my hammy
And look.
sammy.
It's the Cardi B.
The what?
Right.
McDonald's has paired with Cardi B.
What's Cardi B?
She's a singer.
Oh,
No, he did not. Oh, heck, in a handbasket? Oh,
Could be worse.
I'm going to lock that door because they are not coming in here. No.
What, the dogs?
He has it. See, you're supposed to say, who let the dogs out? No, I'm having to say, who let the dogs in? Who let the dogs out?
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed. I'm glad it was entertaining. There you go. All right.
Yeah,
We're going to go so we can all eat dinner now. All right.
that's right. I got my Mickey D's.
I'll see y'all next week. I'm going to go get my hammy Sammy.
Your hammy Sammy.
All right. See you guys later.